hyperthyroidism going at 150 miles an hour versus hypothyroidism going at 30 miles an hour on the freeway. What is the ratio of these two cases?
Oh, hypothyroidism is much more common. Almost hypo, the underactive thyroid. And that means you're going slow. That is almost 3 to 4% in the prevalence in the population, while the hyper is like less than 1%. And even in those, there are differences whether they're subclinical or clinical, which means if they're mild or they're moderate. So we can talk about that. Most common prevalence is really mild hypothyroidism or underactive thyroid, which is very mild. We call it subclinical. And the reason is because in those conditions, you may still have symptoms. So the name is actually wrong. It says subclinical. That means you don't have symptoms, but you do have symptoms. But your TSH is the only thing that is high. Your T4 and T3 are completely normal, and that's called subclinical mild underactive thyroid. When your T3 and T4 also start to decrease, then you have moderate to severe hypothyroidism or underactive. So the prevalence of subclinical is actually 4, 5, 6%, but hyper is even lower. The moderate is even lower. With the hyperthyroidism, it's literally 1% people are hyperthyroid, so that's much less than underactive. And again, in that, there is subclinical and there is clinical. So subclinical means you may still have symptoms, but your TSH is just suppressed, just a little bit low. And with overactive thyroid, your TSH will go down like we spoke before. And if your TSH is just suppressed, but the T3 and T4 is normal, that is your subclinical, the first phase of hyperthyroidism or overactive thyroid. Then the second phase is your TSH is low, but your T3 goes up. And then the third phase is both T3 and T4 go up, and that we call as frank overactive thyroid. So I hope that explains. And I think at the same time, we can also talk about male-female ratio because we're talking about prevalence. So female to male ratio is significant. In females, thyroid problems are 5 to 8 times more common than the males. Wow. So that doesn't mean that the males don't get it, but it's still 3/10 to 7/10.